Exactly 5 decades to the day since your actions saved so many lives, we gather here in this museum devoted to telling stories of achievement. A grateful city, a grateful state, a grateful nation thanks you and your 11th Armored Cavalry Warriors for your service.
Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Fritz, through the generosity of a donor to the museum, it gives me great privilege to surprise you by bringing back 4 of the men whose lives you saved that day in Vietnam on this day. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome from the 11th Armored Cavalry, the 1st Squadron, the 2nd Platoon, Specialist 5th Class, Doc Fabian. Platoon leader from South Carolina, Bill Lister. E5 Sergeant from Michigan, Jim Caldwell. And finally, a sergeant from Michigan, Michael Mitchell. Ladies and gentlemen. Please help me acknowledge 5 heroes from Vietnam 50 years later. Did we get you, Colonel Fritz?
Yeah, you got me all right. You know, it's sometimes hard to trick me, and you did it this time. I can't believe it. This is a tremendous surprise. You know, it's great being here, especially with the men of the Black Horse that were there that day, that fought so bravely.
Doc and I talked about it the night before, and we mounted up the next day to go out on patrol for the convoy. And who walks up? Lieutenant Fritz. He walks up to me and he says, "I'm going with you." I said, "Well, that's not necessary." I said, "Things have been pretty calm around here." And he goes, "No, I want to go with you." I said, "Well, okay." So we rearranged everything.
I grabbed a couple folks, including Bill Lister and Doc Fabian, and I said, "You're going to be the platoon sergeant, Bill, and Doc, you're going to be the medic, man. We're going to go do it too. Because this is a routine run. We'll get up there, get it done, we'll get the convoy through. We won't have any problems."
I was in the very last vehicle, and we believe it was the first vehicle that was hit. We had gone down into a gully, and before we could come back up, we took an RPG round in the gas tank. I ran to the right side of the gully, And in the berm, I could hear them talking behind the berm. So I went back to the left side, and I could hear them talking on that side of the berm. So I said, this is not good at all.
Right by the fuel tank, we took an RPG on the left side of the fuel tank, and it was on fire. And I was on fire, my face, my arms, I was thrown off the track. And I remember that I was just laying there on top of the armored personnel carrier, kind of going in and out of consciousness. And Doc Fabian and one of his other buddies that put me into a safe zone that were able to start mending me up a little bit and caring for some of the other wounded until the good guys came. And that all wouldn't have happened if there wasn't some coordinated effect on the ground with limited resources. We shouldn't have survived that day, but we did. I have 2 children and 3 grandchildren that are legacy that you should remember, Hal, that would not be here if it wasn't for your action that day. So thank you, Hal.
And he says to me, he says, you know, Doc, you're really doing a good job, but I think you might have to pick up a gun and start shooting. But it wasn't what he said, it's how he said it. It could have been like, gee, we just ran out of milk, could you go to the store and get it? And that calmness becomes contagious. Colonel Fritz decided that we were going to attack them. I'm like, seriously, dude, I mean, you're kidding? Are we really going to do that? And yeah, we did it.
As it all came out, the support unit came back down, and about 45 minutes later, hour later, I was back out.
And, you know, all done in a day's work. So we didn't anticipate that this group of NBA regulars were going to move in on it.
And there's not anybody that I know that wouldn't have followed him anywhere, wherever he went, no matter what the situation was. He just instilled that upon you. You believed in him, no matter what the situation was. Everything was going to be all right. You were going to be all right. Everybody else was going to be all right. And that's what he brought out in everybody.
It demonstrated to me at that particular time how much he cared for us. He wasn't just an officer. He was there and really cared for the men that he was responsible for.
Everybody respects Colonel Fritz, and it's just an honor to know him, and it was an honor to serve with him.
Objects within collections are fairly useless without the stories that they tell. The stories are truly the objects. And it's absolutely amazing to see that 50 years after an amazing event, Colonel Fritz is still leading by presenting, allowing us to present objects that will continue to inspire our region, inspire our youth, and do the things that museums are supposed to do. The first object that I'd like to talk about is that amazing print, which would obviously illustrates that amazing day. It is an incredibly immersive image that transports the viewer to the place, which is the reason why we wanted to include it, of course. A note about the print, according to Colonel Fritz, everybody in that print is an actual person under his watch. It is estimated that about 60 million people have served in the American military. And most people agree that that's probably a low number. It's probably a little higher than that. Out of that 60 million, there are 3,522 recipients of that medal. And as John said earlier tonight, 74 are still alive. And one is here with us tonight. Absolutely amazing. Mike texted me this image shortly after we left, and he said, I think I forgot something here. This was the telegram that Al's wife, Mary, received while she was back at home doing a different kind of hero's work. And of course, on the right, that amazing object that tells the real story. That is the lighter that is in his shirt pocket. And I believe, Colonel Fritz, it had fallen out and you retrieved it a day later. It was a gift from his wife, as he said, and it was placed in front of his heart as that bullet bit into his body. It's just an amazing story.
I didn't do it individually. We did it together. And it was the efforts of the gentlemen you see here and those that aren't with us, including the two that were killed, that made a difference. But with these men here, I tell you this, what Doc Fabian didn't realize was that, and I could tell that now because the battles were 50 years ago, but a lot of the enemy fire, even though it was directed on the convoy, was concentrating on him as the medic. Because you eliminate the medic, that takes care of the morale. So I didn't tell him that now because I don't want him to faint or something. What a trooper! He got down there, hit the end, everyone did that. So, and you can't demand respect; you got to earn it. When I first got to Vietnam in a tank platoon, the tank platoon leader, we stopped the vehicle we were stopped for the march, and I got off the vehicle to check the track tension. And one of the crew members said, "Lieutenant, what are you doing?" I said, "Well, checking the track tension." And he said, "But you're the platoon leader." I said, "But I'm also a crew member. We do crew maintenance. So you never ask your people to do something you would do yourself." Happy to be with these individuals, and I couldn't ask for a better group of individuals to face the enemy with or to serve with as these gentlemen to my left. And again, it's the team that makes the difference. It's the team that provides the effectiveness for success rather than failure. Recipients wear the Medal of Honor not for themselves, but we wear that as messengers to tell America the importance of our men and women that have served and that are serving and will serve in protecting the freedoms that we enjoy. And this medal belongs to everyone that has served. And any of the recipients will stand here and tell you the same thing. And I told the young group that I would hope to see the end of war, the end of conflict. And that money that we spend preparing for war, going to war, could be used for such things as finding a cure for cancer, taking care of the homeless, working on education. And I think that potential exists. I think young people can come into that. I just want to tell everybody here, thank you for coming. And I certainly, this is a big surprise for me. I know the gentleman to my left, I see that I've got the brick in my home. I walk past that every day. And I look at that. And it may have been 50 years ago, but some of it is as vivid as yesterday. And you never lose that. So, that's it.